Welcome to another Beat Poverty story from Mosaic Ministries. Hey, so one of the things we're trying to do with this video and this campaign is to really let people know how they can help out. So you grew up in this neighborhood, you've really made some great progress, you're not raising kids the way you were raised, you're finding ways to provide for yourself that are really significant. And what a lot of people that live in the suburbs or middle class, what they don't know is how hard it is to live in poverty. So is it too personal to ask you what your income is? Do you mind sharing that with us?
Well, I finally got my Social Security back. It took me like almost 4 years. My son gets Social Security for himself, but income I get is $1,435 a month. That's me and my son's income together.
All right, so together you're living on $1,435 a month, which if I do the math in my head, that's less than $15,000 a year. And you're able to cover rent, and do you get food stamps on top of that?
I get basically $200.
A couple $100 in food stamps.
Yep.
So altogether you're living on about $1,600. You've got to cover rent and life expenses and food. And so the point I'm trying to make is that you're able to provide for your family of 2 children, and your father lives with you because he's aged and needs help, and yourself on about $1,500 or $1,600 a month. And at one point in our experience with you, when you were working closely with one of our volunteers, the volunteer called and said, "There's something wrong. Monica doesn't seem to have enough money every month that like she used to have, a little bit better ability to pay for things." And so we asked her to sit down and talk to you, and we found out that you had a new baby, Carmen, and Ryan was already born, so you had 2 little kids and had moved into a new apartment, and you needed a refrigerator and a stove and a washer and dryer, and you got those from Rental Place. And the issue was that as a new mom of 2 little kids under 3, you really needed those things, and to take all your clothes a few blocks down to the laundromat and be able to pay for that out of the limited budget every month was a real burden. But if I recall, it was about 55% of your total income that was being paid to this rental furniture place. And one of the things that we know from other people that we work with in the neighborhood is that those stores that rent furniture, they charge 394% interest. We're not making that up, right?
No,
So
they basically they would like to rob you.
yeah.
Basically take your money and for some, yeah.
So you're paying $50 a week for a washer, $50 a week for a dryer, $50 a week for a stove, $50 a week for a refrigerator. So $200 every week to have appliances, which most people would say you need when you have a small family. And so the part of the story I like the most is when I heard that, we let some people, our supporters, know. And the back of that story is that a family that we know that are fairly wealthy heard about your plight, and they went on Craigslist and they bought a washer and a dryer, a stove and a refrigerator, and they brought them down and installed them in your house. And so that saved you $200 every week, which is $800 a month, and you're able to live again on that limited budget. And so, you know, a big part of Mosaic Ministries is helping people that want to help, that live in the suburbs, find a safe and effective place to help people like yourself who are trying to change the way that they raise their kids. Do you remember that story? What did that mean to you?
I take it in my ways to, like you said, like raise my kids, because I didn't have that foundation and steady house for my family since what happened to me. So I look at it, I tell my kids every day, at least you got a mom who takes care of you, and I do the best I can to do that for my family. With no support will fall, but I'm doing it best I can. My son, he has autism and learning disability. It's really hard, but I'm doing it best I can to make sure that he has everything for him and my kids. They're not having this one on the way. I'm gonna do the same thing, because I'm the mom, and I'm supposed to be responsibility for my kids.
Right.
And mom's responsibility to take care of them. Make sure they go to doctors. Make sure they get food. Make sure they got clean clothes. Make sure they go to school. Make sure they sick. You have to take care of them. That's a mama's job. You're supposed to take care of your babies.
Monica, you're doing such a great job. We've known you since you were 18.
Yes.
And when you were first pregnant with Ryan, Kelly would drive you to doctor's appointments, and we've really been a significant part of your life, and you've been a blessing to us. And can I just tell you that we think you're a very good mother, especially knowing the way that you were raised with such abuse and neglect, and to see that you moved right across the street from Mosaic, that you're here almost every time the door's open, that you formed relationships with people that they're not your mother, but they have the ability to provide the same kind of love and care to you. And there's quite a community of folks around you with Kelly and Nancy and Lori and Kim and many others that really show a lot of care. And so we can't tell you enough how proud we are of you, and just think that you're doing a great job raising these 2 and soon to be 3 kids.
Yes.
We love you.
Thank you.
If you are moved by this story and want to help beat poverty, you can donate directly at www.beatpovertytoledo.com. Also, we would appreciate it if you would like and follow our pages on both Facebook and YouTube by searching for Mosaic Ministries of South Toledo. Finally, we invite you to come take a tour of our project and operations by clicking the Take a Tour button on the website.